Hi all, in this video we are going to learn about Var-Arg method, or in shortcut var means variable, arg means number of argument method. Okay, let me repeat. In this video I am going to explain one of the most important method in the Java, that is Var-Arg method. Var means variable and here arg means number of arguments. Okay, and in this method I am going to cover below topics. There are a lot of topics are here. If you see, before why we are going to the Var-Arg method, I just want to give some introduction about the Var-Arg method, why we are going. Already we are having methods in Java, then why we are going with Var-Arg method in Java. That is the first concept I am going to cover. The next one is what is Var-Arg method. What is the definition of Var-Arg method, then how to declare Var-Arg method, then how to call Var-Arg method, then internal working of Var-Arg method, then how to declare. Generally, as I told you, in Java we are having already method is there. That method is normal method, then Var-Arg method. So how to declare both, both, that I am going to explain. Then can we, then if we declare more than one Var-Arg method, what is the situation, what will happen? I am going to cover all these topics. Please try to listen carefully, okay, so that you will get a good amount of knowledge and even good experience on this one, so that even if you get any question from this particular topic in the interview, right, you will be able to clear those questions. Okay, let me try to starts with Var-Arg method introduction. So let me write a simple program so that you will get to know with that example itself. So I am directly starting with the with an example. See here I am starting with public. Here the name is uh, I can write like sum of numbers. Okay, let's write like this. We can update, we can mod just for explaining purpose. I am taking this class name, but why I am taking only sum of numbers means I am going to do some addition inside this program. That's why. Okay, let me try to remove this one. System.out.println, and let me try to save before going in-depth analysis. Let me try to save this one. Come here. We need to save with class name only, as I told you. Don't save with any other name. Okay, we saved with class name, and then here. So I just want to, what is this one? This is the public static void main. Now my requirement is I just want to add two numbers. So how to add two numbers here? For adding the two numbers, so here two numbers means like this. I will add like this. One second. Here there is, let us assume there is a sum method is there. That sum method is taking two numbers 10 comma 20. When I call this sum method, it needs to take first argument 10, and then first parameter 10, and then next parameter 20, and it needs to take 10 comma 20, and it needs to add those two numbers, and the result is 30. That 30 it needs to print. Okay, that is the my requirement. Now let me try to write one method here. Public static. I am writing the static method only because above main method is static only, so that we can call this some method without creating any object from the static main method. Sum of, I am considering int. I can take a comma int b. Okay, this is my method. So what I am doing here, I am simply writing like system dot out dot println of. I am directly printing here. I am not doing anything here. Here I am writing like uh, a plus b. Let's see whether it will work or not. Then I will show you. Here I am not returning anything here. That's why I am taking the return type is void here. If you are returning something, then we need to return the data type. If you are returning integer, then the data type is int here. If you are returning float, that is float here. If you are returning double value, then we need to make it as double. Okay. So I'm not writing anything. And just simply, if you see, I just written one class sum of numbers, and this is my main method. Inside my method, here I'm writing calling some method with two arguments. Okay, this is first method. So let me try to compile this one and let's see whether we are getting 30 here or not, because we are passing 10 the first one, then b 20, a plus b equal to 30. That 30 it needs to print here. Let's see. Let me go to the programs once and let me try to uh, open the command prompt and try to compile it first. Java C sum of, where is that class name, sum of numbers.java. Let's click on enter here. Let's see, is there any error? It is successfully compiled. It is generated bytecode, and we are having that bytecode inside dot class file. Now let me try to run it. For running the Java program, we need to use Java command, and then we need to use sum of numbers.class. Just click on enter. Let's see. We are getting right. We got 30 here. Now my requirement is, I want to, here I passed only two arguments. Now I want to pass one more argument extra, like sum of 10 comma 20 comma 30. I call same method, sum of same method. Let's see, are we going to, here we are passing three parameters. Let's see this sum method will execute or not first. Let me try to save it and compile it. As per my understanding, here we will get compile time error. Let's see, I will explain why we are getting compile time error. Let me try to compile and re-execute this one. Java C sum of numbers.java. You can see at compile time error, it is saying like sum of numbers.java program is there. Inside this Java program at line number 9 there is an error. That method, what is that error? Method sum. The sum is nothing but the method. After the method, whatever it is there, that is the method name. After the method, there is a method called sum in a class. The class name is sum of numbers, cannot be applied to given types. So what is the type? Sum of 10 comma 20 comma 30. It is saying like required int comma int, but found int comma int comma int. Here if we observe clearly, the required is expecting two ints, but the found, I mean, what is there here? It is there three ints. That means the sum method is expecting two values, but we have passed three integer values. So the reason also it is saying actual and former arguments length in differ in the length. So whatever the actual arguments we are passing and whatever the former argument is there, that list there is a difference. If you see here, here at line number 9, we are passing 10 comma 20 comma 30. This is the three numbers we are passing here, but the sum method can take only two numbers. That's why at line number 9 it is saying like this sum method is not able to accept three numbers, it can accept only two numbers. So that's the meaning of this one. You can see the method in the sum, the method sum in a class sum of numbers cannot be applied to given types, because the sum method we are passing three values, but the sum method is having only two values. You can see required is having int comma int, but we are passing int comma int three values. That's why it is saying there is an error. So as per this one, if you want to make this line number 9 also should work, then we need to declare one more method like this. Let me write that one. Public static void sum of, let me try to write this one as well. It is expecting what values? It is expecting int a comma int b comma int c. Okay, let me try to copy this one and then let me try to update, paste in below method so that I can save some time. Otherwise, it will take so much of time. Control V. Let me try to use here how many arguments are there? This one a comma b comma c. I want to here I'm not doing anything here. I'm just using. I'm doing just addition only. A plus b plus c. So this time I am expecting how many values I am passing? 10 comma 20 comma 30. The total number is 60 I am expecting here. Let's see, this time we are able to get the rest. We are able to compile this program, and we are able to get the response or not. Okay, this is the indentation. After the method, inside the method, we need to always give one tab and then we need to write. Then only it is looks like, we are following good coding standards. Even if you give this code to someone also, they can easily understand. The method is starts at line number 13. Inside this method, there is one statement at line number 15. So if you give like this, right? Let me see. If you give like this, it will be like it would be like, this system dot out dot println is not inside the public static void some method. It is outside the method. So that's why you just give one tab inside public method. It will be very clear to each and everyone. So let me try to execute this one. Control s. I just saved it. Let me try to compile it. Java says sum of numbers. Let's see, this time we will get compiled time error or not. Yeah, you can see it is successfully compiled and it is generated byte class. That byte class is available inside dot class file. And then now let me try to run it. Whether we are going to get or not. Sum of numbers. See, you can see we got 30, 60. Because why we got 30, why we got 60? We have written two methods here. One is sum method, which takes int comma a, two arguments here, and then sum method can take three arguments here. That's why it got, both the methods called successfully, and we got the addition of 10 comma 20 is 30, addition of 10 comma 20 comma 30 is 60. Now this time I just want to I just want to pass one more value extra. Let me try to use. I want to pass 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. So here, if you see here, let me see. I am passing 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. Let me try to rerun it. Let me try to recompile and then rerun and see, are we going to get any error here. As per my understanding, we should get the compile time error because there is no sum method inside this sum of numbers class. Because the sum method, whatever we have declared as of now, it can take only two arguments, it can take only three arguments, but we are passing four here, right? So there is no method with there is no sum method which can take four arguments. That's why at the time of compilation, compiler is not able to find this sum method which can take the four arguments. So compiler will throw compile time error saying like, sum of numbers dot java class is there. At line number 11, there is an error. What is that error? The method sum, which can take four arguments, so required is 3, but found four arguments. Let's see whether we are going to get or not. Let me save it. Go in. Let me try to compile it. You can see sum of numbers, like Java program is there. At line number 11, there is an error saying like, no suitable method found for the sum of int comma int comma int comma int. It is saying like, method sum of number sum int is not applicable because it can take only two arguments, and method sum of numbers int comma int is not applicable because it can take three arguments, but we are passing four arguments. Okay, now let me try to make this line number line work. Okay, so for this one, I'm just just copying this one. I don't want to waste time here. Let me try to use here, and here instead of I am going to pass one more variable here, int comma d. I am just coming here, I am just adding that variable as well here. Let me use plus symbol d. Now this time, what is the value you are passing here? So this time what value will get? How many value you are passing? 10 comma 20 30, 30 comma 30 60, 60 comma 40 100. We are expecting 100 here. Let's see. Let me save it and then try to compile and re-execute. It should compile successfully. It should print 100 here. 30 comma 60 comma 100. So with this, if we see, for passing two values, we have to write the one method. It requires one method. Okay, let me try to write. And then for passing three values, it required one more method. So for passing four values, it required one more method. Like this, okay, that is spelling mistake. Like this, if I want to, uh, let me try to write like this. If I want to pass 100, right? 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma or else 40 comma and so on. If I want to write like 100, how many methods we need to write? 10 comma 21 method, 10 comma 20 comma 30, like this. Here we need to write 99 methods we need to write. So, or else we can consider 100 also. If you start with, for example, we started instead of 10, right? We started with 1, we start with 2, we start with 3, we start with 4. Like this, if you want to write, if you want to take 100 variable, 100 values, and if you want to print them, right? If you want to add, if you want to do addition for those 100 values, right? We need to write 100 methods. Then, see, for adding the 100 numbers, we need to write the 100 methods. Then how many lines of code you have written for simply simply adding four numbers? How many lines you have added? If you see 18 to 22, how many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. And then again here 6, 7, 8, 9. And then again here 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, for three methods we had to write the 13 lines of code. For 100 methods, suppose we might need to write, let's assume 300 lines of code. See, for adding the 100 numbers, we had to write the 300 lines of code. That means how much time it can take for the developer to write these many lines of code. It would be around some, it can take more time, right? So it's reducing the developer's effects. So that is the first case. One more disadvantage with this approach is readability of the code is reduced. So here developer want to call some method, he needs to pass 10 comma 20. If you want to pass more value, then you need to write one more line, one more method. If you want to pass four values, then you need to write one more method, right? So readability of the code will be decreased. The first disadvantage is developer effects will be reduced. That is the first one. And that means developer productivity will be reduced. And the second one is readability of the code is reduced. So because of these two reasons, we are going to write one special method, that method called Var-Arg method. If you go and see here, this is the Var-Arg method introduction. So with this I am able to cover Var-Arg method introduction. And what is Var-Arg method introduction? In Java 1.8 is there. Java 1.8 version is there, or we can call it as a Java 5 also. In this version, Var-Arg method is introduced, and it can work for any number of same type arguments. Okay, any number of arguments I can say. Type is not required. I can say any number of arguments. If you declare a method which can work for any number of arguments, that method is called Var-Arg method. Okay. What is Var-Arg method? If you declare any method that can work for any number of arguments, that method we can call it as a Var-Arg method. So let me try to, this is the definition for the Var-Arg method. So the next one is how to declare Var-Arg method. Let me try to write that syntax for the Var-Arg method. So here, let me go to sum of numbers here. So here, now I want to uh, remove this this method. I don't want all these methods because it is taking lots of code. I just want to get rid of this code, and I want to declare one method which can work for all the any number of arguments. So here I'm just commenting this one as well, it's not required. Anyhow, I am commenting this one, this line of code also. It's not required. Let me save it. Here, if I pass 10 comma 20, it should work. If I pass 10 comma 20 comma 30, it should work. If I pass 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40, it should work. So let me try to write one method here. Public static void. I am writing method called sum. Let me try to declare this first, and then here inside this one, let's try it. What type of values we're passing? Integer values. So the data type is int. So here immediately after int, you just use one dot, the next one more dot, the next one more dot. After that, give some space and give the variable name, whatever the variable name. The variable name can be anything. I'm just using x here. Okay, and inside this one, I just want to take these variable values and I want to print it. So here, what I will do here, I will write one for loop here. So here, uh, I just want to take like I just written for loop here. The syntax is like this. I can say like int uh, x1 I can take. I can use x here. This is not a for loop. We can say for each loop here. I will tell you what is happening here. So here I want to add each and every variable. So for this one, I am going to declare one total int total. I am declaring with 0 initially. Okay, that is fine. Next, I want to use uh, total equal to total plus I will explain, don't worry, xy. Okay, if you see here, after this one, after getting this one, I am going to print this one, system dot out dot println of, here I am going to print total. Okay, this is fine, right? Let me try to follow the indentation here. Indentation, yeah, this is the one, not required. Yeah, if you see here, I have written one method public static void sum int. After int, we need to give three dots only, three dots, and then we need to give x. Here inside, whatever the values we have passed here, right, some 10 comma 20, those values will come and store inside x variable. And then this x variable I am trying to iterate here. This is a for each loop, not the for loop. In Java we are having for loop is there, for each loop is there. I am using for each loop here. If you see here, for of int x1 comma x, whatever the value is there x, that x will store inside x1. That x1 I am adding with the total variable. Now I am adding these two variables, I am making one total. Okay, the next like this I am adding, and then come here at line number 28, I am printing the total. Let's see, whatever the values we are passing here, those values will be printed. See, with this one here, let me try to comment this one. For now, first I want to execute this method with only two variables, and then only two arguments, and then three arguments, and then four arguments. Let me try to save this one. Let me try to compile and see whether we are getting any compile time errors or not. You can see for int of, it is expecting something else here. It's not colon here. It is not semicolon. It should be colon here. Let's see this time. Let me try to recompile this one. What it is expecting here? It is expecting, so it is saying like at line number 21, semicolon is expecting here. Why it needs semicolon here? It needs to be expecting semicolon. Let me try to see uh, at line number sum of numbers Java 21 error expected for int x1 comma x. So it is asking something else here. So it should be like it should work. 1 second. What is happening here? I just want to check one time. For int of x1, colon x, it should work. I don't think so. Why it is not working? Wait. I'm just checking the syntax. Am I doing any mistake here or not? I'm just checking that one. um, int total equal 0 for int of x1 comma x1 colon x, whatever the x we are passing, that x I have given here, and then uh, we are using total equal to total plus x1. That is also fine. There is no issue here. Did I do anything here? Mistake. It is expecting semicolon here. I have given int total equal to 0 semicolon. This is fine. For of int x1 space x. Let me try to. Did I save this one or not? Let me try to save. It should work. I don't know. Wait. Yeah, it is working. Actually, earlier I did not save it. That is the problem. Yeah, you got it right. So here, and then let me try to run it. Java sum of numbers dot class. Let me try to run. We got to 30, right? Here, if you see here I passed 10 comma 20. It take those 10 comma 20 and it printed those. It take those 10 comma 20, added those 10 comma 20. The 10 comma 20 printed here at line number 28. How it is adding 10 comma 20? It will take 10 comma 20. Those 10 comma 20 is storing inside this x variable, and then at line number 21, if you see, I am iterating the variables 10 comma 20 here. It will take the x first 10 from the x variable and store into x1. That x1 will be here. That x1 10 comma plus total is 0. That means 10. The total is 10 now, and then it will come here. It will take 20 variable from the x, and it will come here 20, and earlier total is 10. 20 plus 10 30. That 30 is assigned to total. Now we passed only 20, right? Only two arguments, right? It will come out of this for each loop, and that it will come here at line number 28. It is printing the 10 comma. It is printing the total value, that is 30 here. Okay, this is the 30 here. Now my requirement is my requirement is I want to pass two, not two two arguments. I want to pass three values. Let's see. This time are we going to get or not? So here, let's try to run it. Java C sum of numbers.java. It's compiled successfully. Let's run it. We got 30 comma 60. So now my requirement is I want to pass 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. Let's compile it. Let me run it. You get right 30 comma 60 comma 100. Now my requirement is, let's try to add one more value, one more argument. Let's see whether is it working fine or not. 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50. Let me try to compile this one. Java C compiler. It's compiled successfully. Let me try to run it. You got it right. 30 60 100 50. So if you see here, with one method we are able to execute, we are able to add how many numbers you want. So it's very, how many lines of code you have added here? Line number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. With 12 lines of code we are able to finish our work, and it is so the developer no need to you put that much effect here, and the developer productivity will be increased. Even the code is very readable, so it is very easy to each and every developer for reading purpose. So if you observe here, this is the this is the syntax, syntax or declaration for the Var-Arg method. So with this I am able to cover. The next topic is in how to call Var-Arg method. So we are calling right here. Where is that one? Here we declare the Var-Arg method from line number, here I will write comment also, no problem. Var-Arg method declaration, this one. Okay, this is one concept. And then this is the, you can see these are all below all Var-Arg methods calling. Var-Arg method calling. Okay, And then with this I am able to cover how to declare Var-Arg method, how to call Var-Arg method. Now I want to cover internal working of Var-Arg method. Here thing is, let me show you here. You are passing 10 comma 20. How this 10 comma 20 storing inside this x variable? How this 10 comma 20 comma 30 storing inside x variable? How this 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50 storing inside x variable means when we are working with, let me try to show you here. So here when we use like this, uh, public static void and then sum of int, I'm using dot dot some space variable x. So let me try to, so let me, when you write this like, when you write like this, right, what is happening is, okay, let me do 1 second. I just want to use public static void sum of int dot x. This is the method we have written, right? When we write this method internally, what is happening, right? Let me show you that one as well. This entire int comma, this will be converted into one array here. What is the array? Int. This is the array syntax it is forming here. So when you pass here sum of 10 comma 20, right? This 10 comma 20 will come and store inside this array. Okay. Then array can store group of values, right? Here we took integer array. That's why it can take any number of integer values. That's why it is able to store 10 comma 20 inside this x variable. And then if you pass sum of let me try to use that one, sum of 10 comma 20 comma 30, right? These 10 comma 20 comma 30 is storing inside this integer array, because this is array, it can store those values. So that is the that is what internally happening when you pass more number of arguments for the same method. Okay, that is the internal working of Var-Arg method. Then how to declare Var-Arg method and normal method? Here my requirement is, I want to, generally we are using in Java we are having normal method is there, and now I have covered Var-Arg method is there. Now let's see, if I write Var-Arg method and if I write the normal method both in the same class, and if I pass the different values, which method will call first, which method will call next, I will try to show you this example. Let me try to write that one as well here. So here let me try to see here int x is there. I will keep the same thing only. Let me try to one more method here. After this one I am trying to write like public static only I am using void sum of, I am using uh, int a comma int b. Let me try to here, and let me try to print like, did I write somewhere? Okay, I have deleted that one. So let me write that one here, system dot out dot println of, if you see here, I'm going to add here a plus b. That's it. So here this is Var-Arg method declaration. Here if you see here, this is normal method. So now my requirement is, here if you see at line number 10 I passed 10 comma 20. How many arguments I am passing? Two arguments. If you see, those two arguments can take the sum method, because this is a Var-Arg method. It can take any number of arguments. So it can take these two. Var-Arg method can take these two arguments, and then even if you come down here, sum method is there. It can take a comma b. It can take two arguments. So 10 comma 20 is matching with Var-Arg method, and 10 comma 20 is matching with the normal method also. Okay, now this time which method will be executed first? Let me try to show you. Here I will write something like this one also to get like this. um, okay, I will write like this. First let me write like this: int sum equal to a plus b. Okay, I have added here. Now I am writing like this: from normal method. Okay, and I am just using sum here. Whatever we have done here, right? That sum I am using here. Control S. So now this time we will see which method we are calling now. Okay. Now here let me try to use here this one as well. From Var-Arg method. You just differentiate which method is calling. Okay. Var-Arg method. Give some space here. Come here. Here also give some space here. Let me save it. So I don't want to execute remaining methods here because you will get confused here. I will explain that one also. Let me save this one. So let me try to compile and uh, compile and execute. It should compile, no problem. It should run it. See what code it is executed for for normal method, from normal method, and it has given the result is 30. But we have written, if you see here, we are having Var-Arg method also, but why this Var-Arg method not called? If it is really called, right, we should get this response on the console like from Var-Arg method total, that total value is 30, but we are getting formal from normal method and 30. Why we are not why the JVM is not executing the Var-Arg method means, see, here one loophole is there. If we declare any method, and if you declare normal method and Var-Arg method both in the same class, and if you are passing if you are passing the number, how many number of arguments, with that number of arguments is there any normal method is there, first that normal method is only executed. If that normal method is not there, then only some int method will be executed. If that is correct or not, let me try to comment this one and show you. I am just commenting this line code. This time, as per my definition, it should execute from Var-Arg method. Okay, let me try to compile this one. Let me try to rerun it. See, you can see from Var-Arg method. This time Var-Arg method is executed because this 10 comma 20 is two arguments. With this two arguments, there is no normal method. So that's why the priority goes to the Var-Arg method. It can take any number of arguments. So it is executed. It has printed the response on console. Okay, this is what I am going to I have explained. See how to declare Var-Arg method and normal method. When we are able to declare Var-Arg method and normal method in the same class, but when both the methods are available in the same class, which method will be executed? It is based on the number of arguments. If you pass two arguments, with those two arguments, if already normal method is there, that normal method will be executed. If there is no normal method, then it will goes to the Var-Arg method, and that Var-Arg method will be executed. Okay, with this I am able to complete how to declare Var-Arg method and normal method in a single class. The next, I want to explain one more loophole here. See here, as of now we are able to declare only one Var-Arg method for the sum method. Now I want to declare one more Var-Arg method. See, let this time will this code execute or not? If it is not executed, what is the, are we going to get any compile time error or not? Are we going to get any runtime error or not? If we are going to get any error, what is the error? Let me try to show you. This is one Var-Arg method, right? I want to write one more Var-Arg method like int dot and y. Let me try to save it. As per my understanding, we should not provide for Var-Arg method. We should not provide more than one argument. If you try to provide more than one argument, right, you will get compile time error. I am going to show you that one. Java C sum of numbers. You can see at line number 23 there is an error saying like Var-Arg's parameter must be the last parameter. So that means if we are trying to here we are passing two arguments. So whatever the arguments we are using, right, this is the first argument, After this first argument also you are passing one more argument. We should not pass more than one var method, or else I can use like, let me try to declare like int a comma like this. Okay, let me save it, control s. Let me try to compile this time. You can see Var-Arg parameter must be the last parameter. That means this is the first parameter we have used, and this is the second parameter. After the second parameter is Var-Arg parameter. After the second parameter, you are trying to add one more Var-Arg parameter. So you should not pass once after declaring the Var-Arg parameter. You should not pass any Var-Arg parameter, any normal parameter also. Let me try to show you that one also. This time I am going to use normal parameter like b. Let me try to save it. Let me try to show you that one as well. You can see Var-Arg parameter must be the last parameter. Inside this sum method, where whatever the Var-Arg parameter is there, after this one, we should not add any normal parameter or Var-Arg parameter. So with this, I am able to cover all this concept like what is Var-Arg method introduction, what is Var-Arg method, how to declare Var-Arg method, how to call Var-Arg method, internal working of Var-Arg method, how to declare Var-Arg method and normal method in the same class. When we declare both in the same class, what is the behavior. So the first priority is always normal method. If the normal method is not there, then it goes to the Var-Arg method. And if we try to, can we declare one more parameter after the Var-Arg method, parameter, is it possible or not? As per this video, as per our analysis, we should not declare any parameter. That parameter might be normal parameter, Var-Arg parameter, after one parameter is one Var-Arg parameter is declared. So, and one more thing is I want to cover, I forgot one thing. Inside Var-Arg, how to declare Var-Arg method is there, right? Inside I want to cover one topic here. So let me go here. One simple loophole is there. I'm just using this one. I just want to use int dot dot dot. I am using x. So it will work, right? It should work. Let me try to compile it. Let me try to run it. It is working fine. Now my requirement is here, instead of 3 dots, if I give 4 dots, what will happen? If I give, let me try to see. It should not compile. It's not a syntax of Var-Arg. You can see Var-Arg notation not allowed on receiving receiver parameter. Here you can see whatever the notation. This is the Var-Arg notation only. Whatever I am showing here. Here instead of 3 dots, we have given 4 dots. That's why that notation it is saying like not allowed here. So here for Var-Arg declaration, we should give only 3 dots. Okay. With this, I am able to cover all the loopholes related to the Var-Arg method. So please do like, share and subscribe for more encouragement. Thank you so much guys.